Okay, now I'm living the dream. Living the dream! What I'm going to do, we've got all my friends in this room, which I'm really, absolutely thrilled with.
We love you.
Not many fucking presents. You told me! You told me! No, I'm only joking. But I'm really thrilled. New faces and old faces. We've done some music with me more newer friends, which was great. But all the old friends are comedians! Fantastic, and they're here tonight. And what they're going to do is they're going to do a wee tribute to me, which is nice. Because I'm 70, you know. I'm 70! Did I tell you I was 70? No. By the way, I'm 70. And I'm fucking thing. Right, so I'm going to introduce Ro. Ro's me can't wait. This is not going to be a... It's not going to be a roast. This is going to be a kind of daft stories. I've known these guys a long time. So Ro, welcome Ro Campbell! Woo! Woo!
Oh, thank you.
Which seat do you want? This is my seat.
Where am I going? Where am I going here?
Yeah, wait, who's going to be your name? You're doing like that, do you?
I don't think we're doing it like a panel show.
Yeah, it's going to be like a panel show.
Okay.
We're going to get signed up by Channel 4.
You're fucking serious?
Shit, no.
Right, so just so you know, it's funny that I'm hosting this section of it because traditionally Reg and I fall out in about 2 weeks. About mid-August we fall out, then we don't talk for 6 months. So he's timed his fucking birthday beautifully. And so, I had in mind to kind of treat this Reg like you died.
Oh, that's good. It's
kind of a living wake, and we'll just do some stories about it. But he's broken the fucking golden rule because comedians always expect to go on before the music. So, and if by the way, round of applause for the musicians. There was some kind of mad scientific natural separation of comics into that room towards the end of the set. That wasn't out of disrespect, that was a twofold thing, that comedians, if they want to talk, don't want the performer to see them talking because they would never do that to comedians. And also we're all going, fuck, Reg all wants us to do a story.
That's very nice.
And, you know, shouldn't have had that ketamine. But anyway, so that was why that was, but brilliant for the music, and just...
So can I just do something before we wrap get in?
This is why Reg gets fired. This is why Reg might fall out. Reg has been my tech at 5 Edinburgh festivals, and what he does is sneakily sets himself up a microphone up the back and chips in on my solo show. And a lot of the time it's very fucking funny, and the crowds love it, and they've come to see me over the years knowing that it's a bit of a Ro and Reg show, but sometimes he doesn't read the fucking vibe and chips in, and we have had time. Reg has quit in the middle of a show on me. Raw, I'm sick of your fucking humiliatingness in front of the punters, and he storms out and the crowd go, fucking brilliant! And they all wait for him to come back, and I'm like, that ain't part of the act. Like, he ain't coming back, right? He just ain't coming back. Last Fred, he stopped being my tech a couple of years ago because it just doesn't work, does it, Fred? It doesn't fucking work. And we had some great times, but overall it's damaging to Reg's mental health and to my contributions in the bucket. So, there was last year though, I ran into Reg on the street and I was running a showcase on the first weekend of the Fringe, and I was desperate for acts, right? Reg, you're gonna fucking get mad at me.
I'm not gonna get mad.
So I said, Reg, it's a storytelling gig, you can jump up.
I'm cool.
I said to Reg, can you do the story about how you got busted for dealing acid in Sunderland? For those of you who don't know, Reg was the Timothy Leary of Sunderland. Right?
1970.
He is responsible for more Macam men turning to shipyard-based art. I thought that deserved more. Anyway, so shipyard still based art. Anyway, he got up and well, whatever. When he came off, look, he had a 5-minute spot to tell a very amazing story about being Sunderland's Timothy Leary and selling acid in 1970s. But Reg was a bit nervous, so he started off with some old jokes. And I was probably a bit harsher. I'm regretting bringing this up, to be honest. And Reg, he didn't get to the fucking fucking story about the acid in Sunderland until about 17 minutes in to his set, by which point I'd run out of batteries in my torch, right, from flashing it. And I don't think I was too harsh, but I did, when he come off, I said, why did you do the pub jokes at the top? Why didn't you just go with the story?
Pub jokes.
I can just, I don't... Reg asked me to read these messages out, and over the years we've had probably funnier exchanges in our fallings out, but I've lost those over the years. But this is from our latest one, and I don't come out of this one. I'll try and read it in Reg's voice. Ro, I would like you to read this and let it sink in. I'm gonna do the spelling, the grammatical errors. None of that start stuff was pub gags. And I don't want you making me look like a twat. In font of comics. Or public in the street. The story I did was overtime, yes. But those punters in the front row were really enjoying it. Full house. I don't need you to tell me how to tell my stories. Next message. I not be working with you anymore. Because you just can't help being a cunt. I told you in the beginning about this. It's bung out of order, Ro. Everyone likes me. And it just makes you look like a bully and a twat. Stop it. Next message an hour later, right? An hour later. P.S. You can read this out on stage if you think it's a big joke. I've replied, oh come on mate, it was just friendly banter. But if that's how you feel, fair enough. You're too sensitive, all comedians do that to each other. Everyone does like you. Ro, I'm getting this off my chest, it pisses me off, man. Yes, I am sensitive. If I was gigging non-stop and was solid, I would not mind, but I'm just branching out, so let me get on with it. Well, there's a couple of folks hate me, fair play. I really, really don't like it. I'm not Australian. I don't like banter. The advice I gave you about, this is me, the advice I gave you about the story was for your benefit, Reg. It was meant to be encouraging. Point taken, but it was clouded over by anger about the pub gags insult in public. I read the story. It needs more than 5 minutes, that's what derailed me, and you having to end it for me. We must be fucking bored with this shit now. I'm out of here. See ya. So here we are.
But then we had dinner together the next day, it was lovely.
Here I am hosting his 70th birthday.
You hug your girlfriend in Thailand. Woo!
Oh, look at that. Now, afterwards we'll be going around to raise some money for Reg's girlfriend's family's water buffalo. The water buffalo's been very sick lately. There's been a terrible drought in northern Thailand. Reg is the only bloke, he ran out of money there 3 years ago and she lent him money. It's an incredible victory for women's rights in Southeast Asia. So, that is impressive. Look, maybe I've got a couple of other yarns. Oh God, I could just do yarns about Reg and I falling out, but Reg and I have spent a fair bit of time together over the last 14 years. And I've seen the full gamut, but there's a couple other people might have stories to tell. So, because just to put it in context for the music guys, the guys that might not know the comedy side, I started comedy 14.5 years ago in Edinburgh. Most of the comedian guys that were here then were doing comedy then. They'd been going a bit longer than me, so I was a new guy to them. And then Reg used to run a bunch of comedy rooms, and he was quite legendary already at that point for some of the things that happened. You know, so he gave a lot of us guys our first gigs or whatever. And the downside to that was that many years later, out of loyalty for him, we would have to put him on at our shows.